If someone you love with dementia becomes angry, tearful, anxious, agitated, most care partners freeze for a split second. Your chest tightens, your brain races, and you think, what do I say right now so I don't make this worse? Do I correct them? Do I calm them? Do I fix it? Today, care partners, I'm going to show you exactly what to say and in what order when someone with dementia is upset, because yes, the order does matter. Hi, for those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Sinclair. I'm a neuropsychologist, dementia care specialist, and founder of the Confident Caregiver Academy. Let's jump on in. The most important thing to understand. Before we get into the words, care partners, here's the most important thing to understand. When someone with dementia is upset, you are not dealing with logic. And to be fair, when any of us are upset, logic isn't leading the moment. But in dementia, this is even more pronounced. You are dealing with a nervous system that feels unsafe. When the frontal lobes, the part of the brain responsible for reasoning and impulse control, when that weakens and the amygdala becomes more reactive, the brain shifts into protection mode faster and it stays there longer. Protection mode doesn't care about accuracy, it cares about safety. So if your person with dementia says, "You never told me that," or "You're stealing from me," or "I need to go home," the brain is not asking for correction, it's asking for regulation. And that brings us to step one. Do not correct the facts. When your person with dementia says, "You never told me," or "I need to go home," or "You're lying," the instinct, care partners, is to correct. It's an instinct. "I did tell you, Mom. Dad, I would never steal from you. You are home." But here's the problem with correcting. When someone is emotionally activated, logic is not just ineffective, it makes things worse. The reasoning centers that would process your explanations are now temporarily offline. Emotion is driving the experience, not logic. And when someone is already feeling unsafe, contradicting that with a correction may make them feel even more upset. So what do you do instead? Step two. Name the emotion. What works far better than correcting facts is emotional labeling. Instead of correcting the context, you respond to the meaning underneath. "That sounds frustrating. I can see you're upset. That must feel really confusing." If this part feels hard, care partners, take a picture of the emotion wheel on screen. The emotion wheel is a tool psychologists use to help identify and name complex feelings, moving from intense core emotions at the center to more nuanced secondary or tertiary emotions on the outer layers. And here's why it works. There's research on something called affect labeling. When we put words to emotion, amygdala activity decreases and prefrontal regulation increases. In simple terms, naming emotion quiets the alarm system. When the brain feels seen, it stops fighting. So let's take one of the earlier examples that I gave. "You never told me about the doctor's appointment." The old response, "Yes, I did, Mom. We talked about it yesterday." The new response, "You're feeling irritated right now. You probably feel caught off guard, like you didn't have enough time to prepare." Do you see the difference, care partners? One response, the old response, is going to escalate the tension. "Yes, I did tell you." Whereas the other response stabilizes. And I know that this feels overly simple, but I promise you, this tool of emotional labeling will become one of the most important tools in your toolkit, especially when you reflect the emotion with expression in your face and a calm, concerned tone of voice. If this is helpful in any way, care partners, then please go ahead and like and subscribe. By doing this one small action, it tells YouTube to go ahead and send this out to other care partners who are struggling just like you. Now let's move on. Step 3, reassure before you explain. After you name the emotion, care partner, then you reassure. Reassurance sounds like this: "I'm here to help. I'll help. We'll figure this out together. Let's sit and come up with solutions." Notice what I'm not doing, care partners. I'm not explaining, not defending, not proving. I'm stabilizing. Short, calm, and grounded. "That's really upsetting, Dad. I'm here. We'll figure this out together." You are creating safety before information, and safety must be done first. Step 4, redirect and redirect gently. Once emotion lowers, care partners, and only then, and you may need to reflect more than once, then you redirect. Redirection works because movement and familiarity regulate our nervous systems faster than logic. So for example, let's sit down for a minute and talk about this. Can you help me with this, Mom, as we figure things out? Let's make some tea and talk about this a little bit more. Movement regulates the body. Logic requires a lot of cognitive energy that your person with dementia no longer has. So instead of trying to win the argument, you guide the nervous system to something steadier. Step 5, protect your nervous system. This is the step most care partners skip. If your tone tightens, if your breathing shortens, if your body stiffens, their brain feels it. Your nervous system, care partners, is going to be the thermostat in the room. Their brain will unconsciously sync to yours. So before speaking, when you are upset, take a slow inhale and even longer, slower exhale. That slower exhale is what regulates your nervous system. Then lower your voice, slow your movements. Regulation is contagious. They will feel it. And here's a bit of a reality reframe. Will this prevent every escalation? No. This is dementia. But it will shorten the storm. It will reduce the intensity, and it will also reduce the duration. And most importantly, it protects your relationship, because the goal, care partners, is not perfection. You will have disagreements with dementia. The goal is stability and to have a plan to address these issues when they do arise. If you are trying to understand why these approaches work, what's actually happening in the brain during these moments, I created the free Dementia Care Starter Kit. It walks you through the neurological changes behind behaviors like this, so you're responding from understanding and not panic. I've gone ahead and linked it below, so go ahead and grab that when you're ready. I hope today's video was helpful for you, care partners. And remember, you don't need perfect words, you need the right order. Recognize and reflect the emotion, reassure, then redirect. And if your person with dementia often accuses you and you need to know what to say in those moments, then go ahead and save for the next video. I'll see you over there. Bye.